What's up, everybody? Once again, it's the Better Black Life podcast. Brother Clarence, the coach, Brother Jarvis. We got a good one today. Stick around. Don't go away. We'll be right back. All right, my brother, we're back. Brother Jarvis. Brother, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay. Well, let me ask you again. How you be this week, man? How you be?
Everything all right, man. With God's help. If it ain't all right, it'll be all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
What you used to say, I'm all right, but with God's help, it's steadily going in the right direction. Something you say like that.
Yeah, with God's help, it's going to be all right.
It's going to be all right, brother. It's going to be the way. It's going to be the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
All right, man. So, me and you were talking off camera. Off audio. So let's go ahead and push the discussion forward. So, before I get into the questions, let's talk a little bit because it's kind of related to the question I was going to ask. Now, you were telling us a story about, a sister that you talked to yesterday, single mom, and restrictions she was giving you on a man she would talk to.
Yeah, to me, one of the biggest mistakes most women make, if you ask me, 90% of one of the biggest mistakes 90% of women make is that you add a man up, especially brothers. You take him, you look at him head to toe. If he shows interest in you or he makes a pass at you, you look at him head to toe and you begin to add him up. How much his shoes cost, what his jeans cost, what his slacks cost, how he carry himself. Does he look like or sound like he has money?
Right.
And you have no idea. You have no idea at all. None. And most times you're way off. Because most men are going to give you what you want. Most men, when you go fishing.
They think you won't, yeah.
Right. When you go fishing, you don't feed the fish a hamburger.
Right.
Fish don't eat hamburgers.
Right.
They want to learn.
Right.
You like hamburgers.
Right.
So man's going to give you what you want.
Right.
So you can't even judge him off of that, of what you think you see or face value. You can't judge him off of that. But anyway, like I say, like most women do, I was in a discussion the other day, and a sister shares with me, any man who has more than one child, because she has one child, he's like off the books, or, he's with her. Because to her, that's too many children. Because it's her child and her. The only thing she wants is maybe his child and him. That's all she can fit in her car. That's enough.
Wait. So you telling me that there's a sister out there that
more than one.
Okay, there's sisters out there, and they're putting restrictions on. They're putting a criteria on men, and that's not wrong. But when the men put criteria on women, now we got a problem.
Right.
You a B, you a hoe, you a homosexual, you got mama issues because you putting a base of your preferences. You're putting your preference out there as a man.
Right.
As a man. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I had it straight. But you didn't give her no trouble with when she told this to you, right?
Well, it was very hard because, in other words, if I really start dumping raw truth, she shuts down. Okay, I don't want to talk about it.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
And I can't get out of her what I need to get out of her because I want her to see herself. I want to put a mirror up to herself and look at yourself.
The sisterhood is way too smart for that, brother. They are not going to let you shine that light, that mirror in front of her face. She's not going to let you do it. well, put it like this: she's going to squirm and squiver and try to go any kind of way away from, from that. Remember, brother, I'm gonna take you back on another memory lane, brother Jarvis.
Yes, sir.
Remember when we had a teacher? Not only did we have the professor, but we had another teacher who was teaching us the ground piece. We were doing the top piece, standing piece, but we was doing the ground fighting piece, right?
Right.
Okay, and so that brother was teaching us, how to maneuver out of a rear naked choke, or not even let it get set up or whatever, right?
Right.
Okay, remember all those moves they taught us, A, B, and A, and A, leg, this leg over that leg, and okay, that's what they're gonna do, brother. They're gonna just squirm and keep you moving and keep moving until, matter of fact, that's what he kept telling us, keep moving, right? So that they just gonna keep moving so that you can't never nail them down.
Right.
And it's hard. It's hard, and it's hard because you're trying to help them, but they think you're trying to hit them and hurt them, so they're not going to let you, and that's the problem. But anyway, I digress. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
No problem. Well, to be fair, whenever she dumps or shoots me with raw truth at myself, I make myself take it, because there's been times she'll say, Jarvis, that's stupid. Or why that's really stupid. And I have to admit, yeah, you're right. It's stupid. I did it. It is stupid. But, I guess as a man, it was always drilled in me that, if you have to look at yourself in order to correct whatever the problem or the issue is. Look at it for what it is, and then correct it. Now I'm illustrating or I'm showing her, if I can look at myself, I need you to look at you. Or in other words, you're so hard, or you're judging a man off of he has more than one child. Well, we can't fit all of them in my car. And it's like, well, what does that have to your car? Get a bigger car.
But
no, not get a bigger car.
But hold up. If you was to say the same thing to her, hey, I don't want no woman with no children because I don't want no car seats in my car. I don't want cookies and French fries in the back seat. So I don't want that. You would be, there would be something wrong with you. It's just the hypocrisy of it is just so glaring. That's what bothers me, is that she's okay. And I think other women would be okay with the fact that she's saying, oh, that's just her preference. They would just say, oh, this is her preference. But then if I say, well, I don't want a woman that weigh over a certain amount, I'll be like, man.
Well, that particular woman, or really, not just her, they've got slicker than that. If you was to say, okay, she has one child.
All right.
And you was to say, well, I want a woman with no children. She said, that's fine. That's fine. You ain't got to give me then. You ain't got to give me. No matter what, they're going to take themselves out of it.
But that's
cool.
cool.
Got one child, I don't need you.
But that's cool. That's cool. I mean, that's cool. That's cool. See, the problem, in my opinion, is us. It's not even women. It's us. Because we look at a woman like, I got to have this woman. I got to have a woman. I got to have a woman. So a woman think like, man, he got to have me. He got to have me. So therefore, I'm the one in the superior position. And most of the time they are, right? Most of us, when we go talk to women, we be looking at women. We would go up to a woman like this. Those are nice shoes, or whatever, right? We don't know what to say. So what do? We start showing her that she's on the pedestal. We think she's higher than us. So we start complimenting ourselves into the grave. Cole, those are nice shoes. You like, oh, your hair. We just compliment them for no reason, because that's what they initially respond to is the compliments that you've given them, right? You thinking, man, I'm going to say something that no other person has said. How many times this girl been told her booty's big? How many times this girl been told she got a nice rack? How many times this girl been told her weave is tight? You know what I'm saying? It's every, you know what I mean? So we got to look at women as what they originally were supposed to be, which was just in addition, not a mandatory or a have to have thing. They were just a supplement to what was already going on, right? When you open up Genesis, you don't see Adam and Eve. First thing you see is Adam. He was chilling for a long time without her. It's all good. It was God that was saying, man, you know what? Let me throw this dude a bone, see if he can handle it. And so he's the one that said, hey, look, I don't want him to be by himself. I don't want him to be by himself. And I think I taught him well enough that he ain't going to let this person run over him. Well, you taught him, but, you know what I mean, being weak, I guess you can call Adam the first beta male, right? Being weak for her, he messed up the game, right? According to the book.
Right. Oh yeah.
So, what happened? Whatever happened with the chick where I don't want no man with more than one baby?
Oh well, she shared with me that she met this guy she's interested in, and he had 4 children. And she abruptly ended the story by saying it wasn't even a story. It's like, but I said it wasn't going nowhere, so I ended that. And I'm like, wow. I have 4 children. They're all grown now.
Yeah.
My 17, she'll be 18 a couple months. Mine are all grown now.
Right.
But, I mean, I never seen myself unvaluable because I had 4 children. I never seen myself like that. Well, but I'm not looking through a woman's eye.
But see, but you're a man. There's a difference. You're a man. You can still bring value to a female's life at this age. You can still bring value. A lot of women, unless they have the understanding of how to do it, they don't know how to do it. The average woman on the street don't know how to bring value to you, which is what she's supposed to be bringing value to you. You ain't supposed to be helping her. She's supposed to be helping you. So it means she has to have qualities that complement yours to help you grow into a better version of yourself, so that you can help her grow into a better version of herself, and so on and so forth to children on down the line. But what we were talking about last week, where do they go to learn this stuff? I'm talking about the females. They don't have no place to go to learn this stuff, man. And the problem is they still getting men. They're still getting men. So they feel like I don't need to. I still got people chasing me, so I'm good, right? So how do you teach somebody or tell somebody, hey, you know what, you out of pocket? You can't tell somebody they're out of pocket if they're still getting people chasing them. They're gonna be like, yeah, right. I'm good. I'm good. I don't have to worry about nothing what you're saying, because I'm good. I still got the evidence or the results, the numbers. It ain't until they get into their 50s, bro. In my opinion, they late 40s or 50s, and it's always going to be offers on the table. But the offers on the table is for, let's go to the casino for the weekend. Let's go do this for the weekend. It's good. But ain't nobody really saying, hey, let's try to build something together, because of whatever. Usually it's one or two things. It's just they got a masculine frame, or they just conduct themselves in such a way where you just can't be in a business setting with them. You just can't do no business with them, in my opinion.
Like I said, I don't know what happened. She never elaborated on what happened in that. Evidently she was interested. They had 4 children. And it's not going nowhere. I'm throwing it away. And I'm like, well, why? So, because I said, and maybe it's me. So I put myself on the cross. I said, well, growing up, my mother had 6 of us, 3-bedroom house. Not only that, we went to, the black church. So, and then my sister, she had her babies, kind of like my mama, almost back to back. So there was always, and she was in and out, moving back in, moving out, moving back in. When she got mad at her husband, so there was always a baby in the house. Yeah. Not only was there always a baby in the house with my sister, you got church folk. Church folk have babies. So, God rest her soul, they come with my mama house. Yeah. We going to work. Can you watch our baby? She ain't going to say no, you're going to work.
Right.
So there's always a baby in the house. Right. Well, babies, really. It was never like no, at the very least, there was always one baby in the house somewhere.
Right.
So you could be a 4 or 5-year-old. You're going to change some diapers. You're going to do something. Everybody contribute.
Right.
So, because my folks from, Alabama, they're from the country. So everybody got to do something.
Right.
So we'll let you 5. So we'll change that diaper. You can do it. A 5-year-old can do it. You'd be surprised.
Right.
So growing up, in my mind, that's how it's supposed to be. House full of folk, everybody doing stuff. So a house full of folk or a house full of babies ain't nothing to me. So I don't know how you just throw people away because they have children. I don't really know that. I guess I have a country mind or whatever. You just throw somebody away because they have children.
You talking about men or women?
I'm talking both. Well, I'm talking from this woman's perspective. I don't understand that.
Because most, I'm not going to say all women, because I don't want somebody to hear this 2 years from now, 3 years from now, and hit me up and say, you said all women. I'm not saying all women, but most women are so self-centered that if any kind of resource that you would use on another child, they're going to look at it as a minus from them. They're looking at it from that's another person that's going to be taking resources from me and my child. So I don't want that. I want somebody who's free and clear. He ain't got like Russell Wilson. He's free and clear. All of his resources going to be going to me and my child from this other man. So that's what I want. And so we as men say, yeah, but that's unfair. He should have his resources going to his own children. Well, of course, now he got 2 other children from her, so it works for him. And I'm not knocking nobody on none of their preference. If you don't want to be with a man with no children, cool. If you want to be with a man with children, cool. If you don't want to be with a woman with no children, cool. If you do, cool. People bag on Russell Wilson because he's with this lady. But if it worked for him, it worked for him. If it works for him, it works for him. If he's happy in that role, he's happy in that role. Ain't no point in us attacking the man because we feel like he didn't do what we would have done. You don't know what you would have done if somebody like that came up to you and said, "Hey, I want to get down with you." You don't know what you would have did. Right. So, but anyway, I'm making that point to say, hey, man, this is it's all tying us into what I want to talk about today, which was what is the cumulative effect of single motherhood in the black community. Now, I know single fathers out there too, but they're not on the scale of single mothers. What is the effect of single motherhood? Matter of fact, I call it the single motherhood effect. What is the single motherhood effect? What is that? what does it do to our community, and where are we at because of single motherhood?
I mean, there's a reason why God invented, or there's a reason why God has one father, one mother. There's a reason for that.
Okay.
Both entities, both sides give the child or children balance.
Okay.
On one side, you have a nurturer. That's the mother.
Okay.
On the other side, you have a provider. That's the father. You need both sides to have a healthy community. It works. Now, when you have the motherhood effect, or the single motherhood effect, you have a single mother who has to now play the role of a mother and a father,
okay,
which is virtually or literally impossible. If you're a woman, you can't be a man and a woman.
Okay.
Now, are there strong mothers out there that do it? Yeah, there are some. But you're still a woman, and you're always going to lean towards what you are, a woman. But it's very hard to be a mother and a father. It's impossible, really. But you do the best you can.
All right.
Whereas that child, most times, if she does play that role and do it well, they'll get most of it, but they're still missing or something lacking. Every child needs to see, whether it be male or female, see that provider or that father and see their role. Because if it's a little boy, he'll study that role and know his role. If it's a little girl, she'll study that role and realize what the man's role is.
Right.
That gives balance.
Right.
That gives balance to a healthy relationship, because both parties need to fall in love with their role. The biggest problem I see in the black community with us, black women, you want to be the mother and the father. That's the biggest problem we got.
Yeah.
Even if he is making money, you want to rule his money.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you just said about a man, if I got children by this other woman, I still have to provide for those other children. And most men, well, I'll tell you what, if he's wise, it's better for me not to even let you know how much I'm giving them. Because I don't want you kicking them dust. Because I still got to provide for them. Because you're so busy thinking, I don't want you taking away from here. And you're right for feeling that way. But as long as I don't abuse it, well, I'm giving her or them all the money and you ain't getting no money. That's abuse. I'm not saying that.
I mean,
there has to be balance.
Well, she have to understand that, man, you got responsibilities. I mean, she can't expect, well, just because you're marrying me, you're going to walk away from those responsibilities you had previous. That's like, saying, oh, well, you owed $50,000 in debt, and now since you're marrying me, you're just going to leave it, you're not going to pay it. No, you got to pay your debts. Just because I'm marrying you don't mean you ain't got to pay your debts and make sure you're, take care of your responsibilities. And so that's, but she got to understand that, and you got to have a good understanding. Now, I will say this about a lot of women. A lot of women will say, oh, I understand. I'm cool with it. No problem. Until you sign on the dotted line. Then they start giving you hell.
Yeah.
And that's where another problem is, where they come in mistaken, where they come in with, and they do the bait and switch, and they switch up on you, and then now you stuck like Chuck, right? Because you already signed on the dotted line, and so you don't have no.
Even though you said you understood.
Yeah. Yeah, you say you understood, but it's like if you have like a man got to understand that this other man is going to be walking in and out of here. Okay, this is not my biological child, but the biological father's still going to have interaction with this child. That means they're going to interact with us, right? I gotta understand that this guy is going to be coming through here, or we're going to have there's going to be some kind of contact with him. Or if there's multiple baby daddies, You know what I mean?
Right.
You're gonna have to
Right.
set up a relationship with all of those guys,
Right.
and that's difficult when we don't even know how to respect each other to go ahead and do that. And then the woman is not herself able to say, hey, man, you the man. You ain't got to worry about this, dude. I've been down that road. If I wanted him, I'd be there with him. You the man.
Right.
You ain't got nothing to worry about with him. You're the man. Which a lot of black dudes don't hear that often. But anyway, brother, let's get to, like I said, the effects. For example, let me just throw an example out there. One example of the effect of the single motherhood effect is that the men are not learning how to have balanced relationships with women. In other words, you grow up, you see your mama, she making bad decisions. Your mama get this man, and he's not good. Then she pick another man, he's not good. And another man, he's not good. And so your mama is, you never get to see a man and a woman interacting in a productive way. You know what I'm saying? As far as a relationship go, you never get to really see that. You know what I mean? So how are you going to learn how to deal with a woman? I was watching this thing on Steve Wilkos the other day, and the brother got on there, man, and brother was like, hey, yeah, I smacks her around, and he was like, well, why are you smacking this woman around? He said, because she put her hands on me. And so he said, well, so what? I mean, you're way stronger than her. Why would you? He said, man, ain't nobody gonna put their hands on me. Nobody. Not you, not none of your staff, nobody. You keep your hands off me, I'm gonna keep my hands off of you. And he said, and that goes for her. And so he was telling him, he was laying it out to him, hey, you ain't gonna put your hands on me, because we gonna tear this place apart. And but my point is, that's the way they don't learn how to conflict resolve. The only way of conflict resolving is in a high emotion state. You know what I mean? Like when you resolving conflict at work, you can't be like that to resolve conflict at work. You got to calm down. Everybody got to calm down, and then you can talk it out, right? They ain't no smacking your boss. We got a conflict. Pop, no, you gone if you do that. So you can't do that. So same thing, but they don't learn this with dealing with women. They feel like, hey, I just got to smack her. That's the only way to get her to learn, like a horse, right? Just got to smack her, right? And so, so that's what I'm saying. That's one effect. That's so these dudes out here these dudes out here don't know how to deal with a woman because they grew up in a single parent household, so they don't know how to deal with a woman and a man in the same location. Then on top of that, they don't know this, that you're gonna have to sacrifice sometimes to be, if you're gonna live with a woman, you ain't gonna get your way all the time. It's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna happen. So, but on the flip side of that, now I heard a lot of women saying this about black men. There's a lot of women on. I won't say I heard a lot. There's women on the internet on YouTube, and I listen to them here and there, where they are absolutely man, it's really sad. It's venomous how they are towards black men. They're calling us monsters and devils and dogs, and we out here doing some heinous stuff. And all they got to do is go to the news, just like Fox News. They just go to the news and pull up heinous stuff that the Brotherhood has done to the sisters. Heinous stuff to the sisters, to children to the community, man, just heinous stuff, right? But the thing is, brother, we're all getting lumped in. See, the dangerous part is we're all getting lumped in with that, right? Because have you sat and beat somebody up, beat some sister up that didn't want to do what you were saying?
No, sir.
And I haven't either. If you want to do it, I say, cool. You just go your way, I go my way. Let's go our own way. That's cool with me. That's cool with me. But then you and I probably wouldn't be considered Shamar Moores of the situation. So they probably would say, well, since you guys ain't got it in the looks department, therefore we're not gonna even consider you, right? But the problem is we getting lumped in with brothers that beat on these women, do all this heinous stuff. They out here saying black men do this, black men do that, black men do this. Now, ain't no qualifiers or separators, right? Like I will say, most women or some women do this or this, but they don't have no qualifiers, man. They just spreading a broad brush on the brotherhood. This is something I don't like, but this is the effect of single motherhood. It's one of the other effects of single motherhood is that, and so you know what that really means? In my opinion, this is what it really means. Because they pick these dudes that whoop on them, take their money, crash their cars, molest their children. They pick these dudes, right? They accept them in and bring them in, right? Then they say all black men are this way because they keep picking dudes like this. But what they really saying to me, I'm looking at it like this. What it say about you is you don't have the skills to search the character of a person, right? Because if you could search the character of a person, you see, oh, this person's character is off. They may look good, but their character is off. I can't play no games with this person, man, because their character off. And once if I let their character go forward, if I let this situation go forward, I'm gonna put myself in danger, my children in danger, my family in danger. I'm putting everybody in danger, letting this man pursue the situation any further. And I feel like, hey, you know what? Y'all need to learn. So how are we going to, this is another question we was asked, like one of the questions we was asked last week. How are we going to teach these sisters that character should be the number one thing, not money, character. You can get money with character, but money, you can't always get money. You can't always get character when you got money. Money ain't necessarily going to bring the character out of a person.
Right.
So that's the thing. We got so many. What other effects are going on based on all these single mothers in the black community?
Yeah. And that broad brush, I think most brothers who are decent or try, all of us sick of that broad brush, because we didn't paint it. The community or the world painted us in a certain light or pictured us in a certain picture or like on the news. You mean to tell me on Fox News or NBC or ABC News, you mean to tell me over 50% of the crimes going on committed by us? Come on, man, that's not true. That can't be true.
Well,
you got a moron for President Trump, and do and say what he do, and you concentrating on me and what I do, and I'm a monster?
Yeah.
But see, the black woman looks at that until we get her to see That's not me. That's not me. Your man, other than your child, because see, one thing about a mother, she's not gonna see her child like that, but everybody else is. Everybody else a monster.
Yeah.
But your child not.
Yeah.
But that's a black boy.
Yeah.
But he acting just like everybody else.
Yeah.
But everybody else a monster, but your child.
Yeah.
Because I can't even say your man. Because your man is a monster, but your child ain't.
Yeah.
Because you really don't, in my opinion, you really don't love your man.
Well, no, they can't, brother. They can't. How can they? They can't love us. They can't. The white women's feminist movement told them, man, you can't love your man. That's stupid. So they feel like it's to love you like a woman should love you. They feel like, man, that's slavery or something.
Yeah.
That's how they feel.
I hear sisters literally tell me, and it's more than just one. A man just headache. You really believe I'm a headache? And some of them say, I just rather go without. I'd rather buy a pill though than deal with you.
Yeah.
That's sick to me. You mean to tell me you'll get something plastic?
Yeah.
And I always hit them with the ultimate, like, you mean to tell me you can outdo God? You'd rather deal with something plastic than to go get the real thing?
Here we go.
You can outdo God.
Yeah, brother.
I'm that much of a headache.
Yes, they can outdo God, man. They can get a surgery and stop God's time flow. They can do a lot. They feel like Caucasian society has.
Don't even go there with that, man. I tell sisters, as you get older, and as a man get older, we don't care about your stomach. And there's a reason why you gain weight. And at a certain age, there's a reason why.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. What is the mathematics behind that, though? See, because they can't rationalize. Well, they can't. Well, they look at it like this. Once you sign on a dotted line, you're supposed to be good with everything. Once I blow up, once I not, washing my face and brushing my teeth no more, once I'm letting my hair fall out, once I'm letting all this stuff go, you're supposed to be good with that, right? Okay.
No, hell no.
Wait a minute. Well, or when I get the stretch marks, well, there's a condition that you will be better, okay with that, or not okay with it, but more lenient with it. And that is when you are in the love, when you have love mixed in with the rest of this other stuff you got going on. So you're gonna have to you gotta have the lust. Lust gotta be there. Because there's a time for the lust. But the love comes after the lust. Meaning yeah, right. So that is how, because it is, I'm gonna say it, and it's not, and it's just the reality. It is not natural for a man to have one wife over his lifetime. And I don't mean divorce one wife. I mean, it's more natural for him to have multiple wives. It's more natural for that. He's built to be able to do that. But in this society, because the way things are, and because you obviously couldn't practice your own values here, and the Caucasian always has been one woman. He wants one woman at a time, because there was a point where men outnumbered the women, so you wasn't supposed to be having more than one woman. But now it's the flip. The women are enormously outnumbering the men, right? But we're still in a situation where we can't practice the original man's marriage codes here. Okay, no problem. But once we understand the psychology and the physiology, we know that uh, the original man is supposed to be able to handle, or not handle, excuse me, is supposed to be able to manage more than one woman at a time, at the same time. Then, but it's being that nature is being suppressed in this society, is being suppressed. Same thing with the original woman. She's supposed to be able to work in that environment and be prosperous in that environment. But that is being suppressed in this environment, right? She's being told, hey, you gonna get the most you gonna get riding with us, the Caucasian female, you're gonna get the most riding with us. So ride with us. Leave your man, ride with us. And so these movements, like that movement, spearheaded by many times, and I could be wrong, but many times spearheaded by lesbian Caucasians. Really? No, I'm just being honest, brother. Go check it, and if you see it that is different, where it's all run by married women, then I'll be at a loss. But I believe that mostly, at least 70% of it was probably run and organized by lesbian Caucasian women. It's fine. They got a right to, fight for women's rights, and some of the stuff they fought for need to be fought. That stuff needs to be handled, especially in the workplace. But here we are in their relationships. The relationships are falling apart because they forgot what they've been through to get where they got. The Caucasians been through a lot to get where they got, and they had to have a tight ship to get where they got. But now they're falling apart. So with their relationships falling apart, guess who else's relationships falling apart? The sisterhood's relationships are falling apart because there's nobody to teach none of them how to have relationships because they growing up in single parent house. 70% single parent. 70% of children right now growing up in single parent household. They're not seeing a man and a woman relating to each other in a positive way, and the give and take and the ebb and flow that have to go with that. But getting back to what we was talking about stretch marks, bags, those spider webs on the legs, stuff like that. The gravitational, to attacking the nursery bags. How do we get how were we able to get around that?
There's no getting around mother or father time. There's no getting around that. We all gonna grow old and die if you blessed. But there's no getting around that.
When I say get around it, I mean still have the same level of intensity of wanting to be around someone when their sexual marketplace value is not as high as when you first committed to them.
Two thought processes there.
All right.
And both of them I'm gonna touch on what you said. Meaning, I'm gonna go with the hardest one first. As a woman gets older, my brother, God rest his soul, shared with me one day. He said, as a woman gets older, she don't care about having sex. Her sexual how she feels about it down. I'm like, really? Yeah. And she believes it. So when you say it's unnatural for a man to just have one partner for a lifetime, I have to admit, I want to say partly right. I don't want to say fully right, but you're partly right. Because my sexual intensity is still going. I still want to have sex. I could be in my 40s. That's why, like, women's late 30s, 40s, she really starts leveling off or, like, declining. She don't care about having sex. She can take it or leave it. Take it, okay, cool. You know, she can leave it, okay, that's cool. And if she's honest enough, she'll tell you that.
Well,
and you'll have some women out there who want to be young and swear that, oh, well, a woman is sexual when she's, no, you don't. No, you don't. Ain't no woman in her 50s looking for sex like that.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know, brother. There's some women out there, man, that's after it, man. You know what I mean? It's after that.
It may come in spurts. Oh, yeah, it come in spurts.
Okay, that makes sense.
It come in spurts for them. Yours is constant.
Yeah.
You know, she made once. I heard her sister tell me, which I swear she lying. I can take it once every 3 months. Once every 3 months.
Yeah.
I can take it or leave it. Damn.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, really? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, and she ain't even that old.
Well, I mean, just depends on the person. You know what I mean? Depends on the person. Some of these sisters, man, they've been with one cat, and once they hit the wall, the dude just. I remember I knew I had a friend that he had a friend that was a sheriff's deputy, LA County Sheriff, and man, the second that the last boy was out of the house to college, this dude was like, look, I'm out. I'm moving in with my girlfriend. I'm gone. Right? His sister been married 20-something years, man. And the love of her life just said, hey, man, you ain't doing it for me no more. This little sister is. I'm out. Right? So now this chick hits the market. Because, somebody like that is probably going to be, down and out for a few months, right? But, her friends say, hey, let's hit the market. You need to, get your profile and all this and hit the market. So she tried to hit the market, brother, but ain't nothing happening. Because she only know about how to do this. So it took a while. It take a while to break her, and then once she say, you know what, somebody, maybe somebody hit it right, and she said, man, I didn't know it was other ways you could get it done, and then she just be on fire. You know what I mean?
Right.
That can happen. Right? That can happen. Yeah. She's just blowing through dudes, right? Now, of course, at 50, man, ain't nobody really trying to, lock nothing down. They just going to be like, oh, okay, well, I'll come by and hit it, but I ain't really trying to lock them down. And I'm not saying nothing bad about the sister. I'm talking about how men think. This is how most men think. Most men are not looking to lock up a 50-year-old woman. That's just reality of that. So don't send me something saying, oh, you saying that women don't have no value. I'm not saying it. The numbers are saying it. The statistics will say it. I'm just telling you how this is what men think about, but they're too scared to tell you face to face. So we talk about it amongst ourselves. Anyway, some women, they like I said, they.
I want to say too. Again, no one wants to feel like because I'm in my 40s or 50s. I'm not a woman, but I have no more work.
Shit,
I don't want.
Wait a minute, you a man, right? You a man, okay? You start finding out they don't want you. You've been finding that out since you was 16 years old. They've been telling you no. You too short. You too tall. You too whatever, right? They've been shooting straight at you since you was 16 years old, right?
That's true.
So now when they at about 27 or 28, now people starting to shoot straight at them. But they're like, huh? What? I can't believe you. Man, how many times have you asked about I've been with you. I was in Chicago with you. I was at a martial arts tournament with you. Hey, baby, how you doing? Oh, you talking to me? Yeah, hey.
Yeah.
What that sister say?
I don't know. You know,
I mean, But
reject.
my point is, what she said was so outrageous. The people from the next table was like, "God damn, what happened? What y'all say to her?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "It wasn't me, it was him."
Yeah.
That's a little sister at a restaurant. We was just sitting at a restaurant, and she said,
Yeah. Yeah.
But my point is, you've been getting shot straight at. You've been getting shot down like a Japanese fighter pilot in the Pacific in 1945. Just shot down, right?
Yeah.
Why can't they get it? Why can't they take it? What's?
But that's the reason why I say what I say. If anybody knows rejection, I know rejection.
All of us do.
And it's not a nice thing.
No.
And the one thing about sisters that I try to relay to them, even if you're not interested, you don't have to be mean. And you don't have to be with a look of disgust on your face because a man makes a pass at you. You don't have to act or feel like that. That's why you keep hearing me say, you know, I don't want anyone to feel like I'm a 50-year-old woman and nobody wants me. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that because I know rejection. I do know it.
Right.
Well.
Right.
But you have to understand, too, being a dark-skinned black man in America and being the age that I am, I was in that El DeBarge era. My generation was that generation who loved Prince with the quote-unquote good hair.
Yeah.
That was my generation.
Yeah.
You know, I was in the El DeBarge era.
Yeah.
Ooh, light skin with good hair, girl.
Man.
Ooh, I ain't none of that.
Yeah.
I ain't that light-skinned boy.
Yeah.
I ain't got quote-unquote good hair.
Yeah.
I ain't none of that.
Yeah.
I was that dark-skinned brother with coarse or nappy hair.
Hey.
That was me.
Hey, what about this? You try to talk to the dark-skinned sisters. The dark-skinned sisters don't give you no run. Try to talk to the lighter-skinned sisters. The lighter-skinned sisters don't give you no run. You see somebody else, maybe a little lighter than them, and maybe this person may be giving you a little run. Then them sisters are mad at you for talking to somebody that's lighter than them.
I've never understood that. I've never understood that. Yeah, I know. I've never understood that.
What about that trap?
Yeah, what do you expect me to do?
That's what I'm saying, brother. Why, if you can take that kind of rejection since you was 13, 14 years old, and now
before that.
Okay, and so now
we got a whole society that everything that was cute was a little light-skinned boy.
Yeah.
They ain't never put me on TV saying I was cute. Never.
So why can't a 30-year-old grown-ass woman get the reality facts, right? Because when they stop you, they say, oh, no, you too black. Oh, no, your hair too short. Oh, you too short. Or you ain't tall enough. Or you. They give you all kind of reasons why, right? I remember talking to a sister one time, and sister she just blew me away. Was like, hey, you know what? You ain't on my level. Just basically, I'm paraphrasing. You ain't on my level, but I got a friend that you could talk to.
Yeah.
Give me your number, and I'll let you talk to her. I mean, we got to deal with that all the time, man, right?
Yeah, F-U-B.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, hey, I'm not saying that we should be harsh and we should be like, Kevin Samuels, man, just straight out, just spear through the heart. But they should be able to take it, man. You know what? Hey, you had a good run. You had all the way up until you about 27, 28 years old. You had a good run where men was telling you whatever you want to hear. You had a good run. Now it's time for the truth. That's time for the truth. And if you hear the truth, see, Brother Jarvis, if you don't tell me I got a problem, hey, Clarence, you got a problem. Here, this is a problem. I see this. I know this is a problem. If you don't say that to me, I won't know I got a problem. So I won't fix it.
Right.
And I'll be running around out here thinking that I'm good, wondering why I'm not getting no results.
Right.
Right? Well, if we tell them, hey, this is going to be an issue for you, at this point, your age is going to be an issue for you, what other things can you do to boost up your sexual market value? There's other things that you can do. You just got to figure it out. See what type of man that you really want.
I just feel like, well,
Brother Jarvis?
yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you. You cut out for a minute. What'd you say now?
Okay, I said, going back to that sister who was, I guess, 40 or 50 years old, who the police officer left her. I'm moving in with my girlfriend. I'm going to assume that the girlfriend was much younger. And again,
yeah,
as a woman gets older,
the girl was like 30. This other chick was like 50.
Yeah, as a woman gets older, you don't care about sex anymore. And how a woman, like you said, you're so self-absorbed, and you so love you so much, you really don't care how he feels. So what? I don't want to have sex. You should understand that. No.
Right.
If you really loved him, and if you really studied him and knew the nature of a man, see, that's the problem too. You already don't know the nature of a man.
Well,
you feel like, because I don't want to have sex, why you want to have sex?
See,
I still have testosterone. You don't even study how we made up.
And man, one time I got into an argument with an English teacher. I was taking an English class, and this English teacher told me, she was like Russian American, and most of the people in the class was women. I would say it was probably about 10 guys to about maybe 30 women in the class. And so she would always come in talking about how women are, man, just, she was a feminist of the like super duper type. You know what I mean? Not like, hey, we just want to work, we want to make the same money. But she was like, no, I got my foot on your neck type. So she was telling the story about how, her husband cooks and cleans around the house. So I asked her, I said, oh, okay, well, I said, you guys share that work, or, no, he does it, and he better do it. I said, he better do it? Yeah, he better do it. I said, why? Why? What's going to happen if he don't?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm going to get after him, and I'm going to get, and so the girls was all clapping and everything in the classroom, right? And I said,
what are you clapping for?
I said, why would he want you to do that? I mean, how does that benefit him that you're going to be like that? So she said, he just better do it. The girls, oh, yeah. I said, me and you would never make it. We would never make it. I said, there's no way I would allow you to do that to me. No way.
No.
Does he, and then, but see, I was going to ask this question, and I didn't. I was going to say, does this man still have sex with you? How can a man have sex with you that you subjugating like that? How? I just don't see how it's possible. Because if you were subjugating me like that, I would never get a hard on. Not for you.
No.
Not for you. You would be actually pushing me out the door to go be with somebody else.
Yeah, you want me to.
Yeah. But I'm saying that as an example that's what's out there. And here this lady, she's a teacher in the classroom. Promoting that fact that, hey, you as a woman, you should be with your foot on this dude's neck. Every time she talked about the guy, she was talking about how some kind of way she was forcing him to do some task or something, right? And he better love doing it. And I was like, man, you and me had lasted in a relationship about 2 seconds. Because if you did that to me, I'd be gone. And I'd find somebody else in a heartbeat. She's like, eh. And I was like, eh. But my point is that that's how they feel, man. They feel like, if I do if I'm doing what a man tell me to do, then I'm outside the movement. Plus, like you said, okay, you say like you 50 years old woman don't want to have sex like that. Even if she do, who you want to look at? 50-year-old body or a 30-year-old body?
Yeah.
I mean, and who got more energy to be all over you, a 50-year-old or a 30-year-old?
Yeah. I mean, if it's real love, if it's real, you good.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We can't get
that's a whole nother level.
But that's what I'm saying. But we can't get the people to get to that point because they're not learning how to get to that point. They have one mishap and they ready to shut the whole situation down.
Yeah.
Right? And you can't really love somebody until they poke you in your eye and you still want to give them another chance. That's when you know you love somebody.
Mm-hmm.
See, right now, these people, man, they get one poke in the eye and they're like, what? I'm out. Peace. You know what I mean? They're gone. So nobody knows how to resolve conflict and refuel a long-term relationship. Just because it hits a snag, they just say, oh, hit a snag, done. We're done. I'm out. Men and women. I'm not even talking about just men.
Yeah.
But mostly, I think men end relationships because of their physical attraction. They're no longer physically attracted to the person anymore. And they found somebody else. See, a woman's purr, when a woman is purring at you and they know how to do it right, that alone can keep you in the game. Yeah. Plus the other little stuff like cooking and
right,
stuff like that. But the purring, man, the purring. But when see a woman like that, like you said, she only want to do it like maybe once every 3 months or something like that. So here come this youngster that's purring all over this dude, man, saying whatever you want to say. I mean, probably this basically happened with Michael Jordan and his wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get to the point where you live in such separate lives. It's like, what are we doing? You might as well just go do this. You know what I mean? You might as well just go do what you're doing. I'm going to do what I'm doing, and you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
It just don't even make no sense.
Right.
So, bringing it back around, how do single mother effect is having such a problem on relationships, is having problems on dating, right? Right?
Let me say this. Because on this session I got to conclude, or we had to go part two. But let me just exit on out. The single mother effect has so many ramifications or ripples in the pond that we're barely, if any, scratching the surface.
Okay.
And on that note, I mean, we got to have a part two of this one.
Okay, we'll do part two, brother. Go handle your business, man. I appreciate you as always checking in with us, man. And is that your last word?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, yes, sir, brother. All right. Peace be to you.